Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, I'm super excited for this video. This is going to be my 100th video for you all. And so I wanted to do something special and sweet. So I'm going to be making some homemade donuts for you guys. And I'd like to give a big shout out, congratulations to Chef Matt over at Kitchen Instruments. He just released his 200th episode. He does something with Nutella. I'm not going to tell you guys what, you're just going to have to go check it out. But it's very cool and sciencey. I'm going to leave his link in my description box for you guys. Now, these were kind of inspired by my little one, Alyssa. She loves Nutella and she loves dipping her pretzels in Nutella. So I'm going to be calling these my Nutella-Pretzel donuts. And then I'm also going to show you guys how to make a glaze for the donuts as well. Now for the donuts, you guys are going to need some all-purpose flour. You guys are going to need some sugar, some salt, some nutmeg. You're going to need an egg. You're going to need some milk, some butter, and a packet of dry yeast. Now for the glazed donuts, you guys are going to need some powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, some butter, milk, and some vanilla. And then for my special donuts, you guys are going to need some Nutella, of course, and some pretzels. And that's it, guys. That's all you need to make Rexy's homemade donuts. Okay, guys, so the first thing we need to do is we need to activate our yeast, okay? So what I have here is 2/3 cup of really warm water. It should read between 90 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just checking it to make sure it's warm enough to activate the yeast. Okay, that's perfect. Just don't let it go over, say, 110 degrees, okay? But 90 to 100 is perfect. To this, we're going to put 1 packet of the active dry yeast. We're going to add just a little bit of sugar, because as you know, yeast eats sugar. And we're going to give this a stir. And what we're looking for is it to bubble, okay, and have a really distinct yeast smell. But I'll show you guys when we get there. This should take maybe 5 minutes. So I'm going to set this aside while that activates. And we're going to work on our dry ingredients, okay? And of course, I'll have all the measurements and ingredients in the description box for you guys. So this is my flour, salt, sugar, nutmeg, and what the nutmeg does is it gives the donuts that distinct donut taste, okay? So definitely don't skip the nutmeg, okay? Okay, so to this bowl, we're going to add the rest of the sugar. We're going to add our salt. Okay, so we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Or a little bit over is fine. And we're going to give this a nice mix. And I'm going to incorporate all this really good. So just give it a nice mix. You guys can sift it if you'd like. I don't find it necessary. Perfect, and that is it for the dry. I'm going to set this aside. Now what I have here is my melted butter and 1 egg. And I'm just getting this ready because we're going to be using my stand mixer. Now if you guys don't have a stand mixer, you're going to have to knead it by hand. You're going to have to knead your dough for a good 7 to 10 minutes, okay? Okay guys, so as you can see, my milk, and I think I said water before, but it's not water, it's warm milk. So sorry about that. But anyways, here is the milk and yeast mixture, and as you guys can see, it has activated beautifully. See how it's nice and foamy, and definitely smell the yeast, okay? So in my standing mixer, I have a dough hook, and I'm going to add all this. My cat is crying for something. What's the matter, Max? Come on, Mama. She probably wants the donuts. Alright, I'm going to put the egg and butter in here. Perfect. And then I'm going to put my flour, nutmeg, and salt in here, and sugar. And I'm going to do this in batches, okay? So I'm going to start this on low so it doesn't fling and fly everywhere. And then I'll put the rest in. I'm going to add the rest of this flour. Perfect. Now we want this dough to be a nice sticky consistency, so I'm going to let this mix get really good and incorporated before I pick up the speed and start kneading it, and I'll bring you guys back and show you what it looks like. So we're back, guys. Alright guys, so as you can see, it is nice and incorporated. It's perfect, exactly what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the speed. That's about right. And I'm going to knead this for 5-6 minutes, okay? I will bring you guys back, show you guys what it looks like, and work on our next step. So we'll be back, guys. Okay guys, so it's been 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and turn my standing mixer off, and this is perfect. Exactly where I want it to be. Let me show you guys the texture. So see how it's nice and sticky? That's exactly what you want, okay? So, what I have here is a bowl. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in it, because we're going to have to let this dough rise for a good 2 hours, okay? Put a little bit, get yourself a working surface, a board, and just pour a little bit of oil on it. We don't want to do any more flour right now, just so that this dough doesn't stick, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make it into a ball, okay? And put it in this bowl. I'm going to put it in a warm place so that this has a chance to rise. Let me wash my hands and then we'll cover it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. Gosh, I hate saran wrap. I'm going to cover it tightly. Like that. And then I'm going to take my hand towel and I'm going to cover it again. So I'm going to go put this in a warm spot. I'm going to let this rise for, like I said, 2 hours, okay? At least 2 hours. And then I will bring you guys back and show you the next step. So we'll be back, guys. Okay guys, so it's been 2 hours and I'm just taking my dough out. I actually started in the microwave and then I ended up putting it in the oven where it was a little more warmer. And as you guys can see, it has definitely doubled, more than half, which is perfect. It is nice and jiggly and soft, which is exactly what we wanted. Beautiful. I'm going to flour the board a little bit so the dough don't stick. And I'm going to flour my rolling pin here. And we're going to roll these out. We're going to roll the dough out to about half an inch before we cut it. I'm going to put a little flour on my dough. And like I said, we're going to roll this out to about a half an inch. That looks about right. And then you're just going to take your donut press or whatever you guys have and just start cutting the donuts. Okay guys, so I actually got 15 donuts. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to cover this just with a hand towel. And I'm going to let this rise for another half an hour, 45 minutes, okay? And then we can go ahead and fry these babies. So, alright guys, guess what time it is? It's time to make the donuts. So, what I have here is the oil, and I've let it come up to temperature. I suggest you do your temperature about 330, 350. Don't go higher than that. What I have here is just some wire racks because we're going to be putting the donuts on the wire racks once we've fried them. And then over here, I let my donuts rise, as you guys can see. I'm going to drop my donuts in. And I'm going to do 2 at a time. So that we can, you know, keep an eye on them. And these will take probably 30 to 40 seconds on each side until we get the nice golden brown. Flip them, just like that. Look how pretty. Beautiful. Alright, so these look perfect. I'm going to take these out. Like I said, put them on the wire rack so that they can drip. I'm going to drop my next 2 in. We'll do this big guy. I'm going to lower this just a little bit more because I don't want the temperature to go any higher than 350. Okay, so just watch your temperature. Alright, so guys, I'm going to finish frying all these cuties. So we'll be back, guys. Okay guys, so all my donuts are made and they smell absolutely delicious in this house. As you can see, they're a beautiful golden brown. And so now is the time that we get to have some fun and put the toppings on. Now, sky is the limit as to how you guys want to, you know, do your donuts. You guys can eat them plain. They're delicious. So, but for today, like I said, I was inspired to do Nutella and pretzels for my younger one. Now, for all you guys that don't like Nutella, I'm going to show you guys how to make an amazing glaze so you guys can make just some normal glazed donuts, okay? So in this bowl, I have some confectioner sugar, powdered sugar, some vanilla, I have some melted butter, and then some milk, okay? And you guys can make it as thick or as thin as you like for the glaze. Alright, so in this bowl, I'm going to put my melted butter. I'm going to do probably about a teaspoon of vanilla. Or more, because, you know, your girl loves vanilla. And then for the milk, we're going to just do a little bit at a time until we get the thickness, consistency that we're looking for. Alright, this is perfect. Exactly where I want it to be. Nice and thick. But not too thick and definitely not too thin. Okay? And this is how easy it is. We're going to start with the glaze so it has time to dry, because this will dry really nice on the donuts. And I'm going to do mostly glaze, and then, like I said, I'm going to do the special Nutella and pretzel donuts. So all you're going to do is take your donut, and they're cooled off by now. Stick it in your glaze. Coat it really good. The whole donut. And then I'm just going to put it right back on this rack so that they can dry. Look at that, guys. Yeah, I know. Tell me that's not some food porn right there. So, like I said, I'm going to put it on the rack. Do the next one. Let it drip. Put it on the rack. And so forth. So I'm going to finish these glazed. And then I will bring you guys back and we will do the Nutella-Pretzel ones. Okay guys, so all my glazed is done, and like I said, I made more glazed. More people in my family will eat the glaze. So here's the glaze, and they're drying. They look and smell delicious. So for the Nutella, all I have is Nutella, obviously, and I've melted it just a little bit, so it's a little more thinner to put on the donut. And then all I did was I put some pretzels in my little food processor, but you guys can crush them up however you guys need. And not too small, not too big. So all you're going to do is you're going to take a donut, and you're going to dip the top in the Nutella. Just like that. And then put it very carefully in the pretzels. Just like that. Doesn't it look pretty? I'm trying to find the zoom. And then put it on your rack. Okay, and let it dry. And then sew another one. Let it drip just a little bit. Drop it in just for the pretzel to stick. And that's it. Does that look cool? It's going to be delicious. Now if you guys have never had pretzels and Nutella, ooh, you guys are missing out. You get the sweet and the salty. It's really, really good. Alright, so I'm going to finish these two. And I will bring you guys back and I will try them for you. Okay guys, all my donuts are done and looking and smelling delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and try both for you, okay? And I'm going to show you what they look like on the inside. So here's the glazed. Let me zoom in for you guys. So I'm going to open one up for you guys. Look how it cracks. Oh yeah, look at that guys. So soft. Look at that. I'm trying to zoom in. And of course my lights go off right now. Alright, so this is the glazed donut. Nice and soft, moist. Oh wow. Okay, these are really good. A little messy, sticky. For all you people that don't like sticky fingers. Alright, so these are delicious. Leave that right here. Let me rinse my hands. Okay, now I'm going to try this little guy. This is the Nutella and pretzel. Look how pretty. Alright, I'm not breaking into this one because it's really sticky. I'm just going to take a bite. So, cheers guys. Oh yeah. These are actually really, really good. Oh, you get the pretzel and the Nutella, the sweet and the salty. Look at that. Nice and squishy. So good, guys. So, so good. And there you have it, guys. Rexy's Donuts. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. A little time consuming, but it was well worth it. Thank you guys for all your love and support. This was my 100th episode, so I wanted it to be special for you guys. I hope it was. Don't forget to check out Chef Matt over at Kitchen Instruments. Like I said, he did something very special and cool with his Nutella, so definitely check that out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.